Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but
Test
whatever.
1 2. Test mic check 1 2.
What's the point in causing
It doesn't feel like it's buffering on this end, does it? I mean, I don't see it. Maybe it is.
Lab After Dark
Doesn't feel like it.
starts now.
What the hell is that? Why is that up there? That's not supposed to be there. We get rid of it. Let's see. And test. It did buffer some for you. That's all right. We will maintain. So what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Lab After Dark. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. Yeah, hello, Cartoon Joshua. Let's see. Please, if you have not hit that like button on the way in, it's good to see you guys. Good to be here. I hope everybody is having a nice evening or evening, early morning. So let's see. We got Mary. What's happening? Yeah, Cartoon Joshua's gone. Magic Star. And Gabby missed. Who was it that wanted me to watch the first 10 minutes of Bad Boys? I don't know what it was called. Reloaded or, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was. Let me see. Was it Magic Star? Or was it? I think it was. Anyway. We'll wait for that confirmation. See how that, because I did watch it. Now, somebody wanted me, I can't remember, somebody wanted me to watch the first 10 minutes of the newest movie of the Bad Boys. I think it's Bad Boys for Life. Who was that? God, I can't even remember now. But anyway, guess it doesn't really matter. But I did watch it. Cartoon Josh looks like a grown-up Bobby Hill from King of the Hill. No, he doesn't. Bobby Hill? Where's Cartoon Josh at? That's bull crap, really? What's up, Rod? How are you? I don't know where it went, but it's on the thumbnail. So let me see. I don't know where it went. You want to see Cartoon Josh again? I don't think it looks anything like me, to be honest. I really don't. I don't want to get into who I look like. Wasn't you guys? It was somebody. God dang it. Who was that? Well, we'll figure it out. Hold on. Let me, dude, Macho is like snoring up a storm. They've got, him and Otis have to be exhausted, because they have been unruly. I mean, absolutely. Just, they've been so defiant today, both of them. They won't listen. And I think it's probably partially because grandmother actually ended up going to the hospital last night, and she's still there, and they did admit her. She's got to have some testing done and some intravenous antibiotics for an infection that just been this reoccurring thing. She's okay. She's going to be fine. I just saw her a little bit ago. But they've been like, you have to, they want you to, if you call an ambulance or anything, they want you to lock up your animals, and lock them up is what I did. And this was like early this morning, like, I don't know, 5 a.m. or something along those lines, 5 a.m. maybe. And Macho has been pissed ever since, because when I let him out, he was just furious. Like, I mean, furious. Running around, spinning in circles, bouncing off the couch, like would run into the side of the couch, bounce off it. He wanted to know where she was and who took her, like a bloodhound. And then Otis gets, and then today it's been basically like hurting children. Very hairy, barking, loud snoring children. And there's, they get upset, they get upset, but they're resting now, and they got to be exhausted, absolutely exhausted. And sometimes I find myself going, I say to him, I shouldn't even have to say this to them because they're dogs. But I say, it's probably time for you to take a nap. Like, you need a nap. You haven't slept today. Why would I have to say that to a dog? And it's true. Because I'm always like, it's got to be near their nap time. Which is like the weirdest thing I've ever even said about a dog. Oh, maybe it's your nap time. Yeah, they were looking for her. And they were like stomping around, and and then but Macho does not like to be excluded from anything. And when he does, he absolutely will throw a fit. So anyway, yeah, no, she'll be okay. Yeah, she gets those. I don't really want to put her business out there, but yeah, she does end up. She had a kidney removed because it was causing problems, but she still has some of those problems, just not as severe. And so that's kind of where we stand. I talked to her; she's fine. Just a little bit ago, and she'll probably be there a day or so. Nah, they're just kind of used to her being around, I guess. Like that they, she's sort of just there. So they run around and do whatever, and so they don't understand. It kind of sucks. But Macho is snoring up a storm. When I was talking to her, I said, "Did you have dinner?" And she says, she goes, "No, I had lunch. I haven't had dinner yet." And she goes, "Too bad it's not Saturday. That's when they serve chicken pot pies." It's like, Jesus. Too bad. Yeah, too bad. Too bad this couldn't be a Saturday. I could have a chicken pot pie. I was like, oh my God. Too bad it's not a Saturday. Unbelievable. Chicken pot pie. I didn't leave with her, but that's probably what they think. And they'll probably turn me into the authorities at some point. Chicken pot pie. She loves chicken pot pies, man. She's always like, "Will you give me a chicken pot pie?" I'm not going to take her a chicken pot pie. I'm going to walk through the hospital with a chicken pot pie. I mean, I guess I could if it was in Tupperware, but don't you pretty much have to eat the hospital food that they give you? I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I know that I snuck a candy bar into my grandpa once, and I got in trouble for that. So ever since then, I doubt they want outside food. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the rules. I don't want to. Only if she's on a special diet. Nah, she's not on a special diet. I bet Pop knows about it. I got DoorDash to the hospital when my granddaughter was being born. Interesting. You know, I'll probably maybe I'll just do it. I'll just do it, not ask. I'll just do it. And then if somebody tells me no, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. You know, I'll just do it. Who cares? All right, then I'll bring her chicken pot pie. Don't worry, Grandma. We're going to bring you a chicken pot pie. So now I got to get it. I got to get one of those. She did seem a little bummed that there was no chicken pot pie. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I just see, instead of asking like for permission, I'd rather get in trouble. Isn't that weird? And then I'll just be like, yeah, I didn't know. Because I don't know. I don't know if the rapture's coming, but somebody made a prediction, Rosie, and thank you for inciting all of my internal fears. I heard that we're supposed to rapture soon. Hold on. So as a lot of you that are OGs of Lab After Dark, one of the things that we do talk about quite often is the rapture. And you know, that's never fun. But yeah, I've been hearing about this. There used to be a guy, his name was Harold Camp, and he used to predict all the friggin' time, constantly, that the rapture was going to happen. Was it already supposed to happen? Did he give like a specific day that it was supposed to happen? I don't even know that much about it. Somebody sent it to me on Instagram, and like, you know, I'm like a doomsday guy, but the rapture is terrifying. If you've ever, and I'll tell you why. The reason it's terrifying is because when I was a kid, I used to have to watch those Left Behind movies that were like psychotic, and it used to scare the living shit out of me. And not just me. Apparently, it was quite an epidemic of people. Hold on. Give me a second, Mary. That this would happen to. Like they would be. I see. I agree, Shannon. Yeah, look, if you believe in the Bible, and I do, but still, it's still a little scary sometimes. But baby kisses, like you probably won't like my theory on that. Will the rapture pay my bills? You won't have bills to pay if the rapture happens, okay? There'll be no bills. You understand? It'll be over before you know it. God. Isn't tomorrow the red heifer day? Who's the red heifer? Probably. Who's the red heifer? Who's that? The red heifer day. Sounds like a hell of a day. Like a party, possibly, right? It's the red heifer day. Okay, here we go. I was wondering why the things weren't getting red. Red heifer. I don't know, man. I don't know what the red heifer is. Is the red heifer a cousin of the red herring? I don't even know what the red heifer is. So there's no way I could tell you that, but it sounds like they're related. Gwen with 29. Count them. 29 months. Muscles last night had a 49 month. 49 months. That's a long time. Like, that's a prison sentence for some people. What is that? That's like 4 years. 12, 24. Yeah. That's a long time. The rapture is when Jesus comes back and takes his believers with him to heaven and leaves the rest of you unworthy people. Not say you people, but me too, probably. 49 months is officially a family member who needs to be invited to dinner. I would think so. Yeah, something like that. 144,000. That's it. That's not very many. I've heard it though. Yeah, leave the heathens behind, like me. One thing I always think about is on Seinfeld when David Puddy was dating Elaine, and then he like got into like Christianity big time, and he was always walking around like, you know, being godly, and they would get very mad at him, and especially Elaine, because she was like, they were like, yeah, we're gonna be atheists together. I know. I think you meant kidney problems. That's what I'm guessing. I know that happens to me too, but you know. She's like, well, I don't believe in God. So is that going to be a problem? And then Putty says to her, it's not a problem for me. I'm not the one going to hell. And I always found that particularly funny, but possibly true. An unblemished red heifer is sacrificed in Israel, makes you pure again, I guess. That poor heifer. I remember watching two older women one time when I was younger get into a fight. Like, it almost became a physical fist fight, but before it got closer to that point, they probably called each other heifers 6 or 7 times. And I was like, what the hell? So then when I was younger and I would get in an argument with like a kid, I'd be like, you're a heifer. But that was when I was a kid. And I would call my friends like I didn't know what it meant. You're a heifer. And I think the fight happened outside of CVS. It was a couple old ladies. I think they were fighting over the line in the prescription. You're a heifer. I was like, wow. I always found that interesting. A heifer is a female cow. I'm not now what? I know somebody with a Frenchie named Putty. That's hilarious. Putty. Good old Putty. And hold on, let me see. Mary. Thank you, Mary. 2 pies for Grandma. She could probably crush 2 pies too. We had many Red Bulls, never a heifer. I don't know what the significance of the sacrificing of a heifer is. However, it doesn't. I don't know. I mean, I know that there were a lot of weird sacrifices that went on. 12 years of Catholic school where a priest said, if you're not Catholic, you're going to hell. That's nice. Many zealot Christians, I've decided if those are the people going to heaven, I accept my fate. Man, religion is such a divisive thing sometimes, isn't it? All right. Belief that the end of the world isn't. I can't believe people still think this shit's real. I mean, people predicting the end of the world is what I mean. All right. So history repeats itself, and we have another prediction of the end of. And by the way, when this prediction doesn't happen, everybody needs to. Whoever listened to this guy needs to be ostracized from society. He needs to be labeled a false prophet. He needs his Yelp blown up. I don't know who he is yet. But if he nails it, then he nails it, which he won't because nobody ever does. And predictions like this have been going on forever. Okay. Where's my web? Where am I? Hello there. All right. History repeats itself, talking to the internet, ranging from fervent belief to healthy skepticism. Yeah, we need to blow up his Yelp if he I mean, why is he getting people so worked up? I did not feel the earthquake last night. Is the mother's hip coming to... Is the mother hip... Oh, the mother's ship. No, I don't think so. Not from what I can tell. I remember Y2K big time. I was ready. I said, take me home. All right. So, what is the rapture? No, we are not talking about the seminal New York rock band. The rapture, in this case, is the belief held by some Christians that at the end of times, all Christians, both dead and alive, will rise to heaven. And that is not a crazy belief held by some. It's a belief held by many. Many. Some may recall, there it is. There's that bastard. Some may recall the belief that the rapture would occur May 21st, 2011. My friend, who I've podcasted with many times, Ryan, some of you may have heard him on the shows before. We went to like the mini mart, and we got all kinds of like snacks and shit. And I remember we were eating gummy worms and slushies and like sunflower seeds and stuff. And we were just sitting there waiting for it to happen. It obviously never did happen. But oh my God, after that, I don't know if you've ever had gummy worms and slushies. No, because this was in 2011. Or maybe it was that store. I'm not sure. But it made me nauseous. We were both sick. We're like, my stomach hurts. She's like, my stomach hurts too. And I was like, my stomach hurts worse. Okay, so some may recall the belief that the rapture would occur on May 21st, 2011, a date set by radio host Harold Camping in 2005. So he said in 2005 that the rapture was going to happen in 2011. After his initial prediction of September 6th, 1994 didn't pan out. As expected, nothing happened. The fear that the prediction instilled in some people was real. However, in one case, a 14-year-old Russian teen died by suicide, which is crazy, because of it, because she was probably so scared. Like a lot of it's just, your rapture ended up in the toilet. Okay. I saw Jesus sitting on his throne. I can hear him very clearly saying, I am coming soon, according to Mikhailika. Jesus said he made his grand return on the 23rd and 24th. So what? Like he gets 2 days? You only get 1 day. The rapture's instant. It's not a whole, like that's not how it's supposed to work. And you only get one prediction. And once you get a prediction wrong, you get kicked in the balls and your Yelp gets blown up and your LinkedIn needs to be updated and a Wikipedia needs to be updated saying that you're full of shit and you don't know what you're talking about and just be quiet for the rest of your life. Sorry. How the internet is reacting to the news. Believers of this prediction, of course he's lying. And even if he isn't lying, then he's nuts. I mean, either way, this is bad information. You don't get to make multiple predictions about something like, oh, it didn't happen today, so it may. I'm sorry, I think I messed up. Believers of the prediction are quickly offering their excitement and, in some cases, even pointers on how to handle flying into the sky to meet their maker. It's called rapture talk, like on TikTok, which doesn't surprise me. And I can guarantee you that 99% of the people on TikTok are not going to heaven. Some people have even appeared to quit their jobs, sell their cars. Why would anybody believe this? And others are parodying these videos, offering satirical advice for how to be saved. If not level 50 on Pokemon Go, better start now before the rapture. That's funny. My best advice, stay calm, live your life, and don't quit your job. That's the article. That's it. That's what Complex had to say. It was three. Oh God, who is this guy?
Mary donated $5 through Super Chat. Failure is the opportunity to try again and again and again.
But you're not really, I agree with you, but you're not really trying anything. All you're doing is saying pointless shit. If you actually do believe in the Bible, and there are many people that do, if you do, then it is very clear that in the Bible that nobody, and I mean nobody, is supposed to know the date or the time. No, it says something about no man knoweth, and I love that word knoweth. I don't know why I like it. No maneth will knoweth the dateth or timeth, the Savioreth cometh. I think that's the old King James version. And so I don't believe it. I think it's hog crap. And I don't know. I have questions. I will need my umbrella. I need my umbrella. I don't know. You probably should start packing your stuff just in case. Like just a little bag. What do they call those? Like a bug out bag? Is that what they are? Bug out bags? Just keep trying. One day you might get it. One day. Probably not, though. If we go. I don't know what you mean, Cakes, but what do you mean by why not though? Why not though what? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Hey, Gray Hugh, did you get struck by the shitty one? Why not giving the date? Well, I don't know. Why would you give out the why would you give the date out? I don't know. I'd just keep it to myself. But it doesn't really matter because like you could find a list of predictions for the rapture. Let's see here. And I blame TikTok mostly. Yeah, I don't need an exact date on when like I just don't. But Jesus said, however, no one knows the day or the hour, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. The timing of the rapture is compared to the days of Noah, when people were unaware of the coming flood until it arrived. The coming flood until it arrived. I actually took some Tylenol with tinnitus. Like right before this happened. This live, I took Tylenol. Acetaminophen. Pandol or whatever it's called. And it worked wonderfully. It worked wonderfully. It worked really good. I cannot believe he struck you guys or struck YouTube bad actors. Pile of shit. Such a pile of shit. I hate him.
Mary donated $5 through Super Chat. It'll be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it will be. And Cakes Boo, thank you. Although I don't know for some reason, I don't know why it doesn't count towards the Super Chat goal. It's so stupid. Great. $26 frames. Well, but I don't get that either. And like, I don't want to get into like a philosophical, he didn't do it. It will be a pleasant surprise. Who is making fun of tonight? What do you mean? You forgotteth about it, this. It's okay, yes. Who was making fun of tonight? I don't know. What do you mean by that? Who was making fun of what? But who are we making? What are you talking about? We don't make fun of people over here. He came as a man, died for, so we may all have forgiveness if we repent our sins. It's what we. Okay. I really hope this smooths out because it's pissing me off beyond all things that are holy. Just like, since we're on the, I'm gonna rapture myself here in a minute. Beam me up, Gotti. Not funny. Not funny, but I will be one day. I think. Well, do you have anybody in mind, Gabby, that you would like to make fun of? Anybody specifically? Anybody? Hey, what's up, man? It's driving me nuts. Yes, there are people actually believing it. There are not only are there people believing it, there are people quitting their jobs for it. Rombi's zombie ribcage says it's not making fun, it's just calling out what's not right in the milk. He's medicated. You love the Crabtree. Well, don't you remember though, like what Crabtree accused me of? Don't you remember? I'm the reason that Crabtree, was on edge. Bullshit. I don't want him to hurt himself because of me. Because I made fun of his spirit box. So who is the Antichrist? I don't know. I think we're still waiting for that portion of history to play out. So hopefully I'm telling you, like, that pissed me. It pissed me off so bad that he would say that. I don't even want to talk about the guy. And maybe that was his point, and maybe I should, but I mean, just what a shitty thing, to accuse somebody of. And like I said, I would not feel responsible in the least. I just wouldn't. I don't know why. It's just such a crybaby, sorry excuse for. I don't know. I don't know exactly what to say, but it's the stupidest shit that I've ever heard, and it annoys me. He annoys me. I no longer think he's like playfully funny. I think that he's a piece of shit. And I used to not even dislike him, and now I dislike him very much. Is that bad? Is that wrong? Because if it is, I can't help it. I mean, I would tell you if I could, but it's something that's, settled into my bones. I can't, nothing I can do about it. I don't feel bad about it. I'm just saying that I feel like that my critiques will be much harsher right now. So I am giving it just a little bit of time, and then then I'll do it. But it's so ridiculous, Said that I made him want to off himself. Josh is one of the ones that did it. He made me hurt my feelings. Dude talks shit about all, and then people even came for me. They were saying that they have mental illnesses and that I shouldn't be, talking about them. Well, what? So they can get on here and talk shit about everybody else? Whatever. Are Ernie and Krabby friends? I don't think so. But I don't know. What's up, Bri? Jeez, dude. We are glitching to the max. So that's fun. Son of a bitch. Did he have his court date yet? The one where he ripped off his employer and people who worked for him? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even talk about that stuff. I have no idea. I don't look into that, and I've heard about it. I just don't know anything about it, but I would hope that. Is it glitchy for you guys? Or is it just me? Son of a bitch. Okay. We crashed. That's good. Are we back? We should be back. All right. Make sure to hit that like. Let's get over 100 likes, and then we will get into making fun of people tonight. I saw that Dolly was having a little go at T-Rev. And I caught just a little bit of that. I think it's catching on. Am I back? Am I back? What causes what? I don't know. Solar flares? Who knows? Good. We're good to go. All right. For some reason, whenever I hear this guy talk, and no, I'm not done. Whenever he does that spirit box shit, I mean, there are spirit boxes that we have not talked about, but right now, does T-Rev say his real name? I don't know, but I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I know that it's known, but I don't know what it is. Saw Dolly was wearing a Jeffrey Dahmer T-shirt. What did the shirt say? Jeffrey Dahmer T-shirt, like memorializing him, memorializing. Weird. I'm back. We're back. All right. Hey, what's up, Cat Randall? Oh yeah, it is Austin. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Pop out. All right, we'll get going on what we're gonna do here. He looks like Toby. Like Toby Flenderson? Whatever. It's stupid. It's great. Yes, it's ridiculous, but I don't know. Let's see here. No, the Giants didn't win. They lost by a run. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna win another game the rest of the year. It's over. Done. Yeah, yeah. Dahmer's a real life person who terrorized. All you got to do is go watch. I think his name's Tracy Edwards. Watch his testimony in court, or the lady that screamed it. I don't know. I mean, look, everybody's got a different tolerance for whatever. I'm just saying that I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't think it's the most egregious thing in the world, but it's I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't feel really good about it, but sometimes I think I am too. I'm grieving the end of the season too. I didn't even watch Monday Night Football. I barely watch football anymore. Roll Tide. All right, here we go. Oh, I see you. So fucking stupid. He's so stupid. Brewers lost. Really? Brewers are like one of the best teams in baseball. Yeah, I think at most it would probably be I think at most it would probably be in poor taste, but I don't think I don't know. I don't think that there's any I don't know, people wear weird stuff. Now if like he bought his glasses and he was like wearing them, that would be weird. Although to be fair and to be completely honest, I have a set of glasses that I refer to as the Dahmers, which probably isn't proper. Yeah, I know. I turned it down. I'm sorry. Well, I could see why Dr. Gary would do that too, but I don't think I think most of the stuff that he gets is probably sent to him. You know, it's funny that you mentioned about football because my son, both of my kids, but my oldest son was particularly built, especially for someone his age. And the football coach would constantly have a run at him to play. And every single time I would always say, he cannot play because he has epilepsy. And then the guy would forget the next year, is your son going to come play? And I go, no, he's not coming to play. It's just like a nonstop battle. Yes, a lot of his stuff was sold. A lot of people bought it, and there's a big market for that kind of stuff. A lot of people are into that kind of dark shit. Not me. Rain, go away. And I am completely terrified of like the supernatural. I just am. I don't know why. It's a very nice thing to say when Germ matters. Everybody take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're not 100% for those around you. Be safe, happy. You take time for you, but make an overdue call to someone in your life. Do a random act of kindness. Yeah, that's a nice thing to say. I like that. All right, on to this shithead.
Playing, faking, you got me open and waiting.
We ain't on that bullshit like them other guys that be crying, broke, whining, broke. Baby, I'm about my bread.
Yeah, I think that he is actually, because I don't know how, I haven't seen this one. I saw a little bit of the one that he did yesterday, and I think he takes some veiled shots. He does that a lot. He takes veiled shots at me and others that have been critical of him. And it's another case of not taking responsibility for yourself. And trust me, I have wanted to blame problems that I've had on other people before. And for some reason, it just never works. Meaning nothing ever gets solved. Nothing ever got better. Nothing was productive in any way, shape, or form. And, there's a lot of that going on here.
Just call me a loaf. That shit is old. What was that on that?
Actually, hold on. Let me get the wiener counter ready, by the way. What is he doing? Talking about Wonder Bread? Who knows? We don't even know yet. But I gotta get the ding ready. Hold on. Stream Deck. Okay, where's the stupid? Let me get this thing tuned up here. Okay. Cat Randall gifting a Lab After Dark membership. And Debbie. Look at you, Debbie, getting it. Thanks, Cat. What's up, dude? How are you? You have to drive at least a mile or so. Okay, so because I don't know, I'm sure he'll mention over under more than two. Yeah, it's the wiener ding. I say the over. I'm going to set the over under at here. Let's just do a poll. So this one. Oh yeah. We heard. Look, I've been paying attention to this guy for months. He's I don't know. I don't really like him. Glorifying killers with paraphernalia is sick. I would agree with that. Like real life killers. Not like you're wearing a Jason or Freddy or, that's not what this is. No, parlay is not an option. Wait. I don't know what to ask though. 50? I don't know. I doubt there's going to be 50 dings. I'll set the over under at 2, and I'm going to say over, but not a lot.
What was it on? I swear it was him and Lil Wayne back in the day. On the
Lil Wang? No, I'm just kidding. It's Lil Wang. I have a major problem with T-Rev, and not only because of a lot of the stuff that he's done, and that's really where it stems from, but just really the shit that he's even said just about me or other people that are better people than me, and I just go, wow, like, who are you to talk about these people this way? And then to dog out his own children and all that shit. I don't like deadbeats. I really do not like them. And, he's a cancer faker. He's he's just done so many things. And the fact that he's trying to peek his head back in and like what he's doing here and is testing the climate of coming back. And he's welcome to come back, but some of the stuff that he's done is so egregious. And I mean that in the most serious way without being dramatic in any way. We're not talking about something that he did 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Some of the stuff he's done is so egregious that, I have no use for him. And just the shit, he just lies. He just lies about people. That's another thing that he does. He's a little vindictive prick.
I'm trying to remember the mixtape. That was my shit.
And he's not black.
I used to play it all the time. I can't feel my feet.
He wants to be, but.
What's up, though?
Yeah, speaking of estrogen.
Shout it, she keep it on it. What up, though, Jen? Diane, what's going on?
Like, this is the kind of guy that would say that he's like a Republican and then not be able to tell you any of the policies of Republicans or I've heard him say that before. Wait, he faked having cancer? Yeah, like more than once.
Maybe I'm a little Boston loser. You're a loser. I know I'm a loser. I'm living my best life.
Somebody went in there and called him a loser already.
Can't go back and
Narnia? Neverland? I don't know.
But you.
He said his dog had cancer, shaved the friggin' dog's head.
I'm living my best life. I can't go back and forth with you. I don't know who you.
Yeah. Of course. But not just faked it. Faked it for financial gain.
You need a little love in your life, you know what I'm saying? And
he faked his dog having a brain tumor and for some reason decided to shave it and show people.
Enjoy life, get out there, pound the pavement.
She's keeping on it. Is that a ding? I don't know. Hold on.
I can't go back and forth with you. I'm living my best life.
It is abuse.
I can't go back and forth with you. I don't know who you are, but you need a little love in your life, you know what I'm saying? enjoy life. You know, get out there, pound the pavement, work on that clock, and feel good about it, you know? Feel good about it, yeah? Stop being such a hater all the time. You're breaking my bones. You're breaking my fucking bones. You're hurting me.
Yes, he shaved his dog's head.
Stop abusing me.
But what I'm saying is, so at one time he had a very healthy, when I mean healthy, there was a lot of traffic to his channel, but he was one of those kind of clickbaiters, and he would stay on for like 10 hours and just sit there and smoke cigarettes and God knows what else he would do. And then, you know, like when that guy called in that he said was Koberger, but the guy was like, I wasn't Koberger. And the way that he flipped it, and I just watched that not that long ago, but the way that he started to sort of mold that, it was very manipulative. It's like something a little prick would do, you know, like a little jerk. And then Hidden True Crime called his ass out.
That shit's funny. I was reading some comments the other day on Facebook. I made this live purposely with no tags, purposely with no thumbnail, purposely just so people wouldn't join, and people still joined.
Well, I've never said that, okay? But that's another thing that I do. I always say that I don't like titles of these lives. Every now, you know, sometimes I do, and sometimes afterwards I'll title them. But I just want people to show up, and whatever kind of happens. That's part of the I don't know. I say allure, you may say detriment. He's I did this live purposely so people wouldn't show up. Well, look, dude, you didn't really have to try that hard. You know, he's every time he goes live, he leaks about 100 subscribers.
Can you hear me though? How do we sound? We sound like shit?
We look like it.
All right if we do, because it's on like an old ass phone.
I never forget what he did. Like, I don't even care how you feel about Seth. The fact that he stole documents from somebody, then took a picture of his ball sack and sent it to everybody. What the hell? What is that crazy shit?
Baby, I'm about my bread. Just call me a loaf.
Oh my God. It's just how it was the entire reason to do this type of a show was that it was just, you know, no, if there was going to be any drama, you wouldn't know about it unless you showed up every day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going, you know, all right, Friday night SmackDown. Here we go. Bring that shit on, bitch. Sorry.
How many hours y'all think I worked this week?
3, maybe. Whatever your community service requires you to do.
You think it changed from last? Hell no. 82, 83.
Bullshit.
82, 83, 82, 83. I work harder than anybody out there. What's up?
What's up?
Circles around your favorite.
Yeah, it was something like Seth was sitting like wearing shorts and like the pant leg. I don't know. It's just a gross little.
I do circles around your damn favorite creator in the real world.
83 hours a week. Okay, so if you worked 40, he's saying that he worked 16 hours a day, 5 days a week, 16 hours a day. Okay, so if you work 12 hours a day, you start at 7, and you start at 7, you obviously get off at 7. So if he would be 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night. Bullshit.
World, eh? You fucking bastard. T-Rev in the house. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? You heard?
Yeah. Thinks he's part of the big timers.
Baby, I'm about my bread. Just call me a loaf.
Baby, I'm about my bread. Call me a loaf.
I'll be your pizza guy. Hold on, what'd he say?
That was another thing. Like, there's so many. I got to make a friggin' list of the shit because I forget exactly why. There's a million people on here that I can make fun of or that I could review or whatever. I'm not interested. I'm interested in Teacup Titty Boy. Everybody call him C-Cup. He's Teacup Trev, okay? No, yeah, nobody calls him Bread. Hey, Josh, I just wanted to let you know the chat was just chatting about you over there. And Lady Freedoms, how funny you are. Well, that's very kind. Thank you. Shout out to Lady Freedoms. If you haven't subbed up to her, she's really nice. She's cool.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G in the back of my Maserati. The kind of guy I be. Not shouty. What up, Heather? What up, Bobby? You good? That's what's up. I mean, what's up with this crazy? Like, I don't know. I did want to talk about a couple things though.
Oh,
you know,
really?
I just
What's that?
had to, you know, I'm in my gym. I've been working all day. Like, I started at what was it? 6:30, 6 o'clock. Started at 6. Today's a $450.
Not only did he do that, and by the way, I then did a show explaining what really happened, and he left a like such a little whiny crybaby comment.
Day for me after this delivery I'm doing right now. $450 I made today.
Whatever.
Literally in one day. After this delivery, after I drop it off, which is like 2 hours away. But this puts me at like 450 right here. That's how you do it, you heard? I'm my own boss. I'm my fucking own boss. I've been my own boss for a long time. It feels good to be your own boss, be able to do multiple different things, right?
Multiple different things. Do you have to say, like, do you have to say multiple different, or could you just say